Greetings, Soul Surfers, Gaia Guardians, and Lunar Lovers from the Sacred Garden. Today we're going to do some coffee talk and Ascension update. So I'd like to talk a little bit about my progress on the path to Ascension. I have joined a study group, spiritual study group. I've been putting a lot of energy into that. It's been helping a lot. But I'm at the point now that whilst I still enjoy immensely talking about what I'm learning, I realize that it's not as effective as I'd like it to be. Maybe partly because I feel like my third eye is not open yet. I don't have a direct connection to spirit, clear, direct line of communication. And so therefore, my messages are more collected from what resonates with me, from what I've read or heard other people say. I'd like to be able to bring messages directly from source that will benefit people that you can't just find somewhere else. Which, I mean, it kind of makes sense. We're all going to start saying the same thing because there's a higher truth that we're all striving towards and for, and we're all aligning, and so the things that we're saying are gonna start becoming more and more unified. So I don't know how much that really matters. Getting messages directly from source, God, whatever you want to call it, to give to people, or just excuse me, sharing what you've learned from other people. As long as they're both effective, then that's cool, I guess. But actions is the way to change the world, by setting an example, making your life an example for other people to follow. So the task at hand for me is figuring out how best to put that into action, besides just living. So I still have a lot to learn and unlock, but I'm in for the long haul. So I'd like to talk about some of the benefits and things I've experienced on my journey so far. Overall, I have more happiness, less stress. My money problems are starting to ease up a little bit. Part of that is I'm getting some help from my parents. My grandmother passed away and they got some money, and so they're spreading the wealth a little bit. They don't want us to have to wait until they die to get all the money, I guess. So that's cool of them, and it's helping me out a lot. My relationships, with my wife and my kid and my mother-in-law are all improving. We're all getting along better, spending more time together, less fights. And when we do have an issue or something, we're able to, instead of letting it just blow up like we have in the past, we can talk it out more. Sometimes we have to just give each other space, but that's part of a relationship. Okay. So my diet is changing automatically on its own. I just don't have the desire to want to eat meat anymore. I still do, like if it's there. Can't help myself. It does taste really good, but I don't have the desire to eat it. Like, I'm happy with eating fruits and vegetables and nuts and stuff. Don't need the meat. But so I have no energy lately. I think that might be an Ascension symptom. I realize mentioning that right after diet change might lead some people to believe that that's why, but I know myself, I know my body, I know my dietary habits and what affects me and how, and that's not where the lack of energy is coming from, I can assure you. Eating less sugar as well. Okay, I'm remembering my dreams more often, which is good, because I've had an issue with that. I never remember my dreams. That's because I smoke a lot of weed, so I've been trying not to do that before bed. Which will help if anybody else has that issue. Sucks because, smoking weed helps you get to sleep. Okay, I have a greater appreciation for nature. I've always loved nature, but I found, in retrospect, I've become very jaded to it, like the suffering of animals, and, I've always been concerned about the environment, but man, the level of concern that I have for it now is just off the charts compared to what it was before. My heart is definitely way more open. I'm more loving and caring and understanding and patient. If that's something that sounds attractive to you, I suggest, I don't know, just opening up your heart and forgiving people. Forgiveness is a major key to that. Alright. Some other things I'm dealing with is I cannot stand my job anymore. The time involved, the nature of the work, the environment, it's loud, there's oil and grease and dirt everywhere, which I don't care about the dirt, but the chemicals, hate it. The machines, and it's loud. The materials that we're using aren't good for the environment. Stainless steel is an awesome thing, but if it's not made responsibly, it's very, very bad. I promise there would be coffee consumption in this video. Okay. Nothing I used to care about makes me happy anymore. TV, video games, movies, skateboarding, cars, driving. I don't know. I just want to be in nature and hope people wake up. The thought of someone realizing what life is really about and breaking free from the oppression that we're under makes me happier than almost anything. Went the wrong way with my page. Okay. Yeah, so my family, art, and music also still bring me joy. Those are things that in my life that I love. So I have this almost uncontrollable desire to build something for the future. I have a vision of a pristine ashram built in collaboration with nature, the elementals, and the devas, and the angelic host. A place where people are drawn to receive whatever spiritual food they desire. Nothing forced on them. No courses, no classes. Just information available for you and a conducive environment to learning and ascending. And that includes the overall geometry of the landscaping, if you want to call it landscaping. Architecture, again, if you want to call it that. I see the buildings and everything being made out of living things in a way that it doesn't harm them and it benefits everyone. So, it sounds magical and amazing. So, basically, maybe like a spiritual library of action in 5D creation and ascension. A place where ascension is truly facilitated. It's not very clear to me, but I mainly see myself creating and caring for the place using 5D technology. Technology of the soul. Gone will be cars, boats, planes, phones, and many other technologies which we have become dependent on, replaced by our innate powers. I know that sounds magical, maybe far-fetched to a lot of you, but I don't know. Maybe wait and see. Oh yeah. So I guess that's it for today. Thank you for listening and joining me. Namaste. Oh, sweet. I always hear it, but I hardly ever see it sitting in the tree.